Yo, we talking about groceries on FBA. Yo, easy. Yeah. J to the O, the Mayos. Groceries on FBA. What you know about that? Step your game up, suck it.
What's up, everybody? Shawn Mayo here. I see we got a good crowd. A few more people coming in, but you can catch the replay, I guess, if you miss it. Tonight we're here with Travis Renn. He's created a couple of good software tools for online sellers, and he's really solved what I think is our biggest problem, and the reason why we probably we haven't been selling as much print-on-demand products as I'd like to, and that's research. The keyword research is really the hardest part, and where I think you really should be starting out at. So welcome, Travis. And I really think this is really the biggest issue, as I said, with print-on-demand is being able to do the research, because somebody like me that doesn't have a lot of time, and I think a lot of people don't have the time to create, if they're not creating their own products or designs for whatever print-on-demand sites you're using, Merch by Amazon or anything else. If you hire somebody else to create that design, you still have to, take a significant amount of time to be able to research the proper keywords. And, maybe excluding Amazon a little bit, but if you're going over to something like Redbubble, you can put a ton of good keywords in there. And, you really don't want to leave that part out. I mean, that's how everyone can find your products.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thanks for having me on, Shawn. I really, really appreciate it. I'm excited to tell everybody about what Wordcandy is going to do for them and how it's going to help them hopefully 10x their merch sales.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna talk about your tools and really what brought you into doing creating this product. I mean, was it your own personal issues? I mean, do you sell a lot on print on demand, or where did it come from?
Yeah, so just a little bit of background about me. I have been an FBA Amazon seller for 3+ years now. My niche has been books, CDs, and now Amazon merch. And then from there, I went into all print-on-demand marketplaces, right? So I'm definitely a scratch your own itch type of person. So it was fun creating designs. It was fun having people create the designs for you. It was fun, being part of that creative process. But then I realized quickly that when you sat down to list those designs, it became a real laborious situation. Not only was it time consuming and laborious, but you really didn't know what the heck you were doing, right? So unless you were a keyword SEO expert, even if you are, keywords in their search engine, their relative search engine traffic is changing all the time. You can't game the system with that to some degree, because whatever's hot, search engine traffic for keywords is just changing all the time. So I needed a process where it was centralized and it was streamlined. And so that's what Wordcandy does. It takes this fragmented process where you sit down to write keyword listings for your designs, where you might have 6 or 7 browsers up and you're toggling back and forth to all these tools that are fragmented and scattered all over the internet. And it brings it into one dashboard or one streamlined cockpit, so you can sit there and be more efficient with your time, or you can have your virtual assistant do it.
Yeah, definitely. Because, realistically, I mean, I still have a ton of designs that I haven't uploaded anywhere that I've had, for quite some time now, because, it's just so labor intensive. And, as much as we have going on and as many, different places that we, sell and are marketing our different products, I know there's huge potential to make a ton of money, but right now it just doesn't make sense. If I have a product and then I have to, take an extra half hour to, research all the keywords, to potentially sell it at some point in the future. We're not going to be selling physical products that I know are going to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really hard. So, that's really our bottleneck as far as our business goes.
And I would just add to that, like, I think we're a year and a half now roughly into Amazon merch per se, but I think the gold rush for Amazon merch is winding down. And now it's about being really strategic with your digital or design assets, to make sure that you are selling enough that you feel that it's worth your time. But in addition to that, what do you do with those design assets outside of Amazon? There's all kinds of places to spread those designs out. You own them, you paid for them, or you design them yourself. So don't just put all your eggs in one basket in Amazon. There's tons of other marketplaces out there. That makes sense.
Right. And let's talk about that for a minute. If you're just starting out on Amazon, and we talked about this before we started the recording, but if you're just starting out on Amazon, you're getting 10, you're getting a limit of 10, listings you can have, and probably only upload one a day. We're at, the hundreds here, and we've been there for quite a long time, but we can still only upload 2 a day, so it's going to take, months if we were, didn't have any on there to fill that up. So it doesn't make sense. And, it doesn't make sense to upload, one thing a day. And it's really impossible to scale up, especially if you can only have 10 designs. And even if you upload 10 designs, they're not all going to be good. If one you see don't sell, you can take it down. But, in the meantime, you could be uploading your designs no matter how many you make a day. There's, a ton. There's dozens of other print-on-demand sites. And you're already going to be offering support for several of them, some of the big ones. So you should keep making those designs, because eventually you're going to scale up on merch by Amazon. But there's so many other places. So you could be uploading all of those designs to those places. And, when you tier up on Amazon, you can just upload them then. Or you can still upload them in draft. Not a lot to do with your software, but you can upload them into the draft, and as soon as you tier up, you could just activate them as well. So while you're uploading everywhere else, you could upload, and get them ready using all the keywords, and then just flip them over and turn it on when it goes live. So,
yeah, we're already there pretty much. You can tell that the industry is starting to mature. Whenever you see mergers and acquisitions in an industry, that means it's starting to mature. So Teespring and Amazon, although they haven't acquired them, they are now strategically partnering. And so that's going to put pressure on the other print-on-demands, and we'll see some of them drop off, the unsuccessful ones, and the ones that are successful, they'll stick around, and they'll all be competing for our business. But essentially, the way technology is moving and marketplaces are going, it's all going to be drop shipping. It's all going to be print-on-demand. That's just, we have 3D printers that are coming into maturity now too. So that's a whole nother area. But so basically what it boils down to is what is unique, what's going to be original? Well, it's going to be your designs. So that's what we're trying to help with. It's your designs, and then how people find your designs on all these gazillion marketplaces. And that's SEO, and that's keywords. And that's being strategic.
Right. And let's talk about the keywords. The keywords, are important, but the copyright issue is really big. And I know that, Amazon doesn't play around with that. They'll let you upload stuff, and then they'll shut you down for, uploading what they didn't block you from. So, you really have to research, your words. Just because you have a wrong word, even if it's in the description and not really part of your product, but something you were just using as a keyword, you can still get, you're going to get a couple warnings, and then they're going to shut your account down. Same with any other kind of Amazon selling.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we're in Wordcandy, we're going to have several APIs that we're pulling in to help streamline the process within the dashboard. One of them is a trademark API. There's a couple of them out there, and you can pay for it yourself. It's expensive, or you can use a service like mine or somebody else if they develop one that will automatically check your keywords that you've selected for trademark infringement or violations. So there's a couple different parts. You can get really good at keywords and strategic and, get the best Amazon auto suggest words and get this Google search traffic, but it's all for nothing if that word has been trademarked. Like Taco Tuesday is one that's been thrown around the Facebook world lately that we're using as an example. Nobody knew that was trademarked. It's been trademarked from some taco place in Oklahoma for, I don't know, 15, 20 years or something, right? And so you're thinking you got this great taco shirt and you look at some free tool and it says Taco Tuesday gets, a bazillion searches a month. You're like, great, I'm onto something. And you upload it to Amazon. All of a sudden they say, bam, it's trademark infringement. You got to pull it down. And sometimes if they suspend your account, like Shawn was saying, they'll keep your royalties too. So that's not a good situation. So we're pulling in a trademark API. We have a spell check API, just like if you were working on Microsoft Word or Google Docs, it'll underline words that are misspelled. We have an API that brings up antonyms and synonyms. So that's the other thing that Wordcandy does in the dashboard. It helps spark creativity. So if you're sitting there trying to come up with keywords that describe your shirt, and you can't think of other words that are relative to nurse, let's say if it's the I Love Nurse shirt, then Wordcandy will help you with that creativity. It will also pull in Amazon Auto Suggest. So just like if you manually went to Amazon.com and you started typing in nurse and then blank, it's going to help you with what other people are searching for. And then relative to that, right next to that, we're going to have Google's search engine traffic volume. So whatever keywords you pick, you'll be able to know with almost 100% certainty that it's trademark free. It's got good traffic volume behind it on the Google side, and that people are looking for those terms because Amazon's auto suggest is suggesting it. So a lot of different things are at play to help protect you, but also spark the creativity.
Okay, and as far as the trademarking goes, what's going to happen, physically in the tool when something comes back as a hit for a trademark violation?
Okay, good question. So we're going to have a couple different colors. It's going to come back highlighted red if that word is a hit for a trademark protection. It's going to come back yellow, I believe, if you've used the word too many times in your listing, right? So Amazon frowns on keyword stuffing. I think other marketplaces do as well. So it'll come back yellow, and then I think it'll be underlined if it's misspelled.
Okay, great. So, the way we usually find, come up with shirt designs is, the keywords are the most important part, obviously. So we start at the keywords, and I think, from the previews that you put out so far, this is going to be a great way to do it because, now if I don't know, if I want to look at, whatever baseball, now I have, I'm going to have a ton of ideas that I can go from there. And, it was kind of hard in the past.
Yep.
Absolutely. So specifically what platforms? I know Amazon, of course, and what other platforms are going to come out at the launch? And what else do you have planned for the future as far as the platforms?
Okay, great question. So we're starting with what we believe are the big four. So Amazon, Teespring, Redbubble, and Amazon, Teespring, Redbubble. What the heck's the other one? Hold on. Totally lost it. Yeah, Amazon, TeePublic, Teespring, and Redbubble. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So those are the four, and then we have plans to add Cafe Express, Zazzle, Spreadshirt, Etsy, and the big one that I'm excited about that we're really going to work on and develop something great around is Shopify. So Shopify is definitely gets discovered by Google, and so we want to help with those listings as well, because that can look and feel a lot different than your keywords you might choose for Amazon merch or anything like that. But on our dashboard, we've already made room for at least 5 or 6 more print-on-demand marketplaces, and we'll see how the industry matures. Some of those will probably shake out, and then we can just delete those off the dashboard. But yeah, we'll have like 6 to 8, Shawn, that you can leverage to help streamline the process.
Awesome. So where are all these keywords coming from? Is it all from the Amazon API, or do you have multiple APIs you're pulling in data from?
Multiple. So you're going to get Amazon Auto Suggest, and you're going to get Google search engine traffic. So those are the two big ones. And then the rest of the APIs that we're pulling in are there to protect you for trademark infringement. There to spark creativity, like the cinnamons, antimons, any thesaurus suggestions. So yeah, but Google's the big one. I mean, if it's searching high on Google, then that's a good indication that people are looking for that shirt. And if they're not finding that shirt on Amazon, then they're going to find it on other POD marketplaces. And that's why we've selected the big 4 to start with to help you optimize those listings. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. So you're going to be pulling in from multiple locations. I know I've heard that question a lot. Is it just going to be checking for Amazon keywords? So, basically anything you're doing on Amazon, this tool will really help with. It's not going to be just for, clothing or for merch, I should say. So, if you have a regular listing on Amazon and you want to optimize your keywords, this tool is going to be great for that as well.
Yeah. And the way we've set it up is I already had the money set aside for development of this application. The lifetime subscription that we're offering at a discount is really just there to give me even more financial runway to continue to develop the app. So for 3-4 weeks after we launch into beta this Saturday, we're just going to be literally a listening post, and we're going to be responding to every feature ad that's coming across our email, every anything that somebody wants and says, hey, this would be great if you had this. We're going to have the financial runway to act on that immediately. So Wordcandy is going to see several iterations from now until the end of the year. But the end goal for Wordcandy by the end of the year is to be the preeminent and dominant e-commerce keyword research tool on the marketplace. So there's a couple other folks, maybe 1 or 2 out there that are keyword specific for e-commerce. We are niching and starting out in t-shirts, but we will eventually have the power to do whatever. So if you're selling, car parts on Shopify, we'll give you the access to get those keywords. So wherever you scale and pivot to in your business and your online business, we're hoping Wordcandy will be there for you to be your tool of choice.
Sounds great. So let's talk about the how much this all costs. Now, of course, we do have a deal for a lifetime plan. You get lifetime access, obviously, for and it's only $200. But you did release recently what the individual monthly plans are, and I believe the better plan is about $69. And can you go over all the prices for everything? I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I tried to think really long and hard about this. We're starting out with Amazon merch in mind, since that's the big gorilla in the room, right? They're dominating the marketplace right now. Amazon merch is all the rage. So when I think about someone who is just starting Amazon merch, you get 10 listings and you can upload 1 or 2 a day. So for $29 a month, you can upload up to I think 60 shirts, or not upload, but you can optimize 60 keyword listings. And that's basically 2 a day on a 30-day month. And that's a lot. And a lot of folks won't even do that kind of volume in the first 6 months that they're selling on Amazon merch. But that also gives you a little wiggle room so that you can go into the other POD marketplaces and use up some of that 60 for other POD marketplaces, right? And then the $69 plan is for the professional seller, somebody that's maybe tiered up to 100. They're making decent money on Amazon merch. They have their digital assets, their designs, and now they want to start really playing in the other POD markets. So the $69 professional seller plan is going to give you 500 plus listings that you can optimize for. So those are the 2 plans that we're going to start out with. Eventually, we're going to have an all-you-can-eat plan. It might be $99 a month, And that'll be for anybody selling any product in the e-commerce world and just wants to do pure keyword research. So at those price points, you can see the $200 lifetime deal is really steeply discounted. You can pay that back just on a dollar perspective in 4 or 5 months, but we think the payback's going to be a lot sooner because you're going to be optimizing your listings. You're going to be streamlining yourself and your processes. So you're going to save time and money along with getting better keywords and better optimization. So we think the payback's going to be probably a month to 2 months, actually.
Yeah, definitely. And, you got to think about all the other things and all the, added features down the road. And as far as the differences is the amount of searches. So when you enter those keywords and hit search, is that going to be counted, as each search, or how exactly will that work?
So it's all going to be tied to the magic button calculates in the dashboard. So you're going to type in, so you're going to hit upload. You're going to have your shirt design uploaded so you can look at it while you're looking at it. You're going to pick 5 to 8 keywords, and then you're going to hit the calculate button. And when you hit that calculate button, that's when the dashboard is going to pull from all these APIs. They're going to check trademark infringement. They're going to check, all these things. There it is on the screen. Yeah. So it's going to be 60 pushes of that calculate button for the beginner plan, and then 500 plus for that $69 a month plan.
And for the unlimited, or the lifetime plan, I shouldn't say unlimited, but for the lifetime plan, what do you get?
Well, I haven't come up with a price point for that, but I think it's going to be around $99 a month, and that'll just be unlimited. You can.
I mean the lifetime plan that people are paying for.
Oh, the lifetime plan will be on the second tier. It'll be on the second tier, so 500 plus a month. So not only are you locking in the savings, but you're also locking it in at the higher tier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Okay, yeah, Brian. So this is basically what it looks like. And when are you expected to release this?
So the plan is we go into beta this Saturday. So if you were to lock in the savings now, between now and Friday at midnight, you will actually get an email from me at some point on Saturday to log in and create your profile. And along with that will become your coupon that will apply the discount for your lifetime subscription. And then you can actually go in and play around and start working with it. And then over 3 to 4 weeks, the next 3 to 4 weeks, we have a Facebook group, and everybody that has pre-purchased this lifetime subscription could be in that group, and we're all going to be discussing the app and saying, I want this, I want that. It'd be great if this button was moved over here 2 inches, or it would be great if we had this. And I'm literally going to have the developer who created this on standby, and I'll be paying him every week. We will be prioritizing all of the features and everything that we want to add to make the app better with each iteration. And every week you'll see improvements. And then about 3 to 4 weeks later, after we're all really satisfied and everybody's happy with it, even more happy with it, I should say, then I'm going to release it to the general public. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm glad we should have had this up the whole time while we were talking, probably, but.
Yeah. So, this is just a mock-up of what it's going to look like. So this is basically still what it looks like.
Absolutely, yeah. There'll be some tweaks, and
right.
We're going to be looking for feedback from users. I mean, that's the whole point of being in a beta for a month. The trick is, and this is pretty common in the software world, is you offer a steep discount, get as many folks in as possible. They become your beta users and give you valuable feedback. And then what they get in return is a lifetime of this application that they were a part of and helping perfect it with each iteration. So it's a great model for building out any product, especially a software product.
Yes, and just to answer a question, $200 is lifetime at the higher tier, and there'll be no monthly fees ever.
Yeah, I love some of these questions coming in, Shawn. We should tackle every one of them. But yeah, $200 lifetime deal. So think about think about Netflix. If somebody showed you a screenshot of what Netflix was going to be, the menu, and they said, hey, for $200, you can get unlimited content and watch a library of 45,000 movies for free for the rest of your life. In hindsight, would you have bought that? That's what I'm presenting to everybody on the webinar is, it's a one-time fee. So no matter what Wordcandy morphs into, think about what I've laid out as a vision for this thing. No matter where you pivot in your online world, if you're doing anything online, whether you're writing a blog post, whether you're selling a widget, whether you're offering a service, a personal service, let's say you're a masseuse or something, the only way you're going to get found is if you have the right keywords. And so this is what it's going to be. And if you buy in now, it's a founder's price. You never have to pay another cent ever again.
Right. And let me throw two things in on top of that. The first thing is that it doesn't matter where you're selling. Everybody is going to Amazon to search for stuff. Amazon, sometimes is a better search engine than Google. People think Amazon now before they're even thinking Google or Yahoo or anything else. So no matter where you're selling, it doesn't matter if it's these 4 sites or somewhere else, or whatever kind of research you're doing. If it's e-commerce, using the Google and Amazon APIs that have been brought into Wordcandy are going to still apply to no matter what you're doing. If you're on any of the other, 20 plus print on demands, it's still going to work. The only thing that's happened here is they've been put in the correct format for for the sites that are shown. TeePublic and Teespring and Redbubble and Amazon and all the rest that are going to be added in the near future. It's showing you, here's the bullet point section, here's the title. You can just copy and paste that in. But no matter where you want to sell any kind of product, you're still going to be able to take your keywords and it's going to show you what information to put in there. Even though there's these 4 specific sites right now, that doesn't mean that's the only places you can use them, because it's going to have the same keywords are going to be usable no matter where you're doing it at.
And then just part of to kind of accentuate the streamline process, you can see on here, it says summertime t-shirt, holiday t-shirt. Most of your filler words are going to be repetitive. Like this shirt is perfect for, right? And then you want to put in a nice keyword. So this shirt is perfect for might be on description bullet point number 2. Well, you don't want to have to type that in every time. So then you just make that a template. You call it generic template. And then you hit that and it automatically loads some of the text that you are repetitively doing. And then all you have to do then is just search for your keywords within the dashboard that you want to insert. You click on it, it'll insert it in there. And then boom, you export it to Dropbox or Google or Microsoft Word and you're ready to go to create your listing.
Right. Dave had asked what these numbers here mean next to the auto suggest.
Well, those are low. The plus is how you would click on and add it, but right. That was just for illustration. I have a live demo right now, and the numbers that are coming back are like 65,000, let's say, per month for a keyword. So that's just kind of illustrative, showing the Google search engine traffic next to it, but those numbers are really short. That won't be the actual numbers. They'll be much longer or shorter depending on how valuable that keyword is on the internet.
Okay, so you have a live demo that works that we'll email that out to everybody. You have something that we can send out that we can share?
I don't have something.
Not right now, but
yeah, not right now, but yeah, soon. Yep.
Okay. So we'll send something out when we send out the replay. We'll send out a copy of that, or at least a link to it.
Absolutely.
So you guys can see all that within the next day. Well, I think we covered that. What else can it be used for besides merch? To be used for doing bundles? Yeah, definitely creating Amazon listings, updating your Amazon listings. I can think of 1,000 things we can use this for, especially for Amazon. You have a product with, that's moving too slowly, updating keywords. I believe we probably already covered that. If you haven't got into print-on-demand t-shirts yet, will this still be a valuable $200 investment for private label? Definitely for private label, and like we already said, anything to do with Amazon or any kind of e-commerce. This is just tailored to that, but there's not a whole lot of software packages that I've seen that is really pulling all this together quite yet. If you buy the lifetime and want to upgrade to unlimited service later, will we be paying the difference in price or the full $99? That's a good question. But you're going to get, for the lifetime, you're going to get a ton of searches. So you have to be really doing a lot of data or a lot of listings to run out of that. But
that is a good question. That's a good question. I got to be honest with you, I haven't thought that through yet. But there is something really special about founders to any product or software. Think about, and I think the best way to think about this is kind of like a Kickstarter situation where you take a small leap of faith, you invest in a product, and there's rewards for that. The folks that buy into this before Friday at midnight are really special and near and dear to my heart. And so it's going to be a really, I just might even make it free for you guys. It just depends, but it's not going to be a big investment if we have to monetize the difference. If you jump up to the 99 unlimited, it's not going to be a big difference because I need to take care of you guys. Bottom line. Good question though.
And also Brian asked, does it only suggest keywords based on synonyms, or does it actually rank like other tools?
No, it's going to rank. You're going to get it's going to first pull keywords based on what you select. Based on those keywords, then it's going to pull Amazon auto suggest, so you have an idea what other shoppers are typing in the browser window in Amazon. And then right alongside that, it's going to give you the Google search engine traffic. And so it'll be ranked. You'll see a keyword that's relative to your t-shirt that's got 10,000 hits a month. And then you'll see the keyword relative to your design that has 50 hits a month. All that will be at your fingertips in the streamlined dashboard. Shawn, one question I'm dying to answer is, it's anonymous attendees. If I buy a license and hire a VA, can I transfer that license to them or use it on their computer? You wouldn't be transferring the license, but one of the cool things that I wanted to tell everybody is, and a lot of software companies add extra, they make you pay for this, but everybody's going to get one free team member with this account. Right. So yes, absolutely. I had virtual assistants in my mind because I use 3 or 4 virtual assistants a month. So everybody that gets into this deal gets one free team member in their account, where others are going to have to pay for that on a monthly service, whoever doesn't buy the lifetime.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see. A lot of shirts I see with great ranks only use a relative brand title or generic limited bullet points, yet they have great ranks in selling. Is this just luck? I would say that maybe the top, 100 or 1,000 listings, for merch shirts, may be getting traffic from off of Amazon. They're running ads and, sending it from, other places, or, what merch was originally designed for, which is, from Google Apps running through the Amazon Play Store. So, people are running people just, right from their app into merch. So, it was a way for people to monetize their free apps.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and also the other thing is, you got to remember, if you're just starting on an app, we're a little late to the party because this, merch started in September, October of 2015. And so the folks that jumped on it immediately, they have shirts that have been selling for like a year now, right? And so Amazon figures that into their algorithm. And so a lot of those shirts, they have a great rank because they've been selling so well for so long. It's not necessarily that they had great keywords per se. And then some shirts are just luck. You capitalize on like a Donald Trump trend or like the United trend right now or something, something that makes that shirt pop. And all of a sudden it's got this really low BSR. Great. Is it going to stay? Who knows? But a lot of shirts, it's not keywords, but organically, and the marathon is keywords.
Right. So Amanda wanted to know about the Facebook group. Are you able? Can you post that into the chat so people could join up? And of course, we'll post all the links into an email to you guys after the
Yeah,
webinar.
absolutely. I will totally do that. I don't know how to do it. Oh, you're screen sharing, so I don't have control anymore, but I will.
So you can just go into the chat. So you can hit the I think it's a more button than there's the chat. Or you can probably hit Alt H, I think. And was there, Lolly wanted to know if it's very hard to do. And it's basically going to be this page, Lolly. So you just enter keywords and hit the calculate button, and it's going to give you a lot of examples, and you know, it's going to put it right, fill in the title and descriptions.
Yeah, Shawn, the other thing is, I think the third peg on this chair in terms of selling shirts online and also any product is organization. So one of the cool features is we're going to let you export your listings to Dropbox and Google Drive. So, you know, you can then go back historically and see what shirts sold really well and was it potentially because of the keywords, right? But other than that, also you can line everything up and organize it in a Google Drive or a free Dropbox folder. So you're always going to have that. In the beginning, I used to create a killer listing for a shirt. I'm like, man, I was really creative that night. I'm like, wow, I was killing it. You know, I was doing great, you know, Shakespeare kind of stuff. And then 2 weeks later, I wanted to replicate the same thing. And I did not have any creativity at that moment. And I ended up creating a really lousy listing. If I could have remembered what shirt it was, I could go back and copy and paste it. So you're going to have a record of all that, which is nice.
Right, definitely. Yeah, we had a couple questions on the link to buy. I'm just going to post that into the chat for you guys again. And of course, all these links to the Facebook group and all that will be sending out in an email. If you can't listen to it right now, then it's fine. How is this different from any?
I can answer that.
Okay, so how is this different from any of the other keyword programs out there?
Okay, well, a couple things. I'd love to address that. A couple things is a lot of the keyword programs, the ones that are worth anything of value, you have to pay for anyways, right? You got to pay a monthly service fee. Like I use one called KW Finder. So I think it's short for Keyword Finder, but I pay $50 a month for that. And that helps me find keywords and it lets me see search engine traffic. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't check for trademark infringement. It doesn't give me synonyms and antonyms, and it doesn't make sure I've not misspelled the word. And again, this is a dashboard with a purpose. It's there to streamline and coalesce all of your efforts in listing for t-shirts in one dashboard, right? So you have all kinds of tools that would normally be fragmented around on the internet and all of your different browser tabs that you might have to open. When I do keyword listings before Wordcandy, it took me 5 or 6 open browser tabs and leveraging all these free and paid tools on the internet. We're coalescing that all into one dashboard, which is going to 10x your time and then also make you a lot smarter and more efficient about how you're exacting these words and handling this traffic. And if you don't want to do it, it's still a great tool. If you hand over a tool to a virtual assistant, right? And you say, hey, here's all you got to do. You just go here and you've got to open up thesaurus.com. You got to open up my favorite keyword tool. You got to open up, go to Trademarkia and make sure that's open. And I need you to do this, 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 and this, and this to make sure I feel good about the listings that you're making for me. Well, that's a lot of money you're going to spend to a VA. I mean, just to do that one listing. Where if you give them access to your free team member that you'll get with the account, then it's all right here in the dashboard. So you're saving money and time, whether you're doing it or you're paying a virtual assistant to do it. Does that make sense, Shawn?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, time is money. If it's your time or a VA's time. I mean, my time is, you know, so ridiculously valuable at this point because I have, you know, so many things going on. And it's just not, you know, here I can enter some keywords that, you know, I've seen from the shirt or in advance decide on the shirt before the shirt's made, based on keywords that I want. I can go either way, and on the other side, I can have a VA do this. How much time does it take? Is it going to take a half hour? For whatever you do, your VA is never going to do the work as fast as you can. So, if you're doubling the time that you take to open all these apps that you already know how to use and they have no idea about, and you got to give them logins and, everything else to go with it, when they can do it all in one place, enter the keywords, hit the buttons, put it together, and, and then even if you want to do this yourself, if you can export this, you can give all that data to the VA, and then they can upload it to the sites, or, I got a million ideas to do with this now, but, I could have one VA do the research, and I could have another VA doing the uploading. Or if I wanted one VA for each one of these print-on-demand sites, I could do that as well. Now that I can export all of this information into a file, I don't have to have a bunch of people using this or one VA doing it. I can, send out whatever part of the equation that I want now. And, I see this taking like a minute to do the research when I was spending, even if I did it myself, I would spend 15, 20 minutes, coming up with everything. And I'm not going to find, now I could come up with, 20, 30 keywords for Redbubble if I wanted to. But, if I was doing it myself, I wouldn't come up with that many keywords. I'm just not going to, I'm not going to go that deep into it for a single shirt.
Yeah, the other thing is don't shortlist yourself. We're all trying to make a great side hustle income on Amazon merch. Some folks could even quit their job. They're making so much money. They're making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. But in order to make that kind of money, you're going to have to be on a 500 to 1,000 tier shirt. Well, guess what? If you've gotten there, congratulations, you're making great money, but there's no way in hell you can continue to do it like you've been doing it right now, where you just sit down at a computer and you take this fragmented process and just try to do it as quickly as you can. So with success, you're going to need bigger tools. And we're trying to create a bigger tool so that your end game that you have in mind, where you're making 2,000 or more a month, is you can then even scale that up even larger.
Yeah, scaling is really where it's at, and you have to think about the future. Using this tool or not, you're going to have to use something to do it, because taking a half hour for each one, no matter what. Now you don't want to do it, but what happens when to keep scaling, you need to have 100 new shirts a day. Even if somebody's doing that, are you going to hire 20 VAs to research to do to be able to do 100 shirts a day? And I know people who are creating 100 shirts a day, and put a whole team together, that are making tens of thousands a month doing, not just merch, but, all the print-on-demand sites. I don't know about, TeePublic and Teespring, but I know Redbubble, you can upload one image and, have it on like, I think it's like 43 designs, and that's not even counting the kids' ones. So if you turn on the kids' ones, there's, there's a ton more. And, there's some of these print-on-demand companies that have thousands of designs. So you can upload one image and it be on thousands of different products. I'm sorry, I didn't mean designs, but products. Yeah. So you could have, one design on, many thousands of different products. And, the opportunity is limitless, and it's so easy. There's so many designers out there that are doing amazing work that you can, hire to make a design for dollars and upload. And, if you're not selling on merch now, it's, Wordcandy or not, it's still, something you can upload one time. It's not like selling a physical product. You upload it one time and, it's on the internet forever. You could sell, thousands of them. Right. You only have to do the work once.
Here, Shawn, here's another thing to keep this in perspective. If somebody's still on the fence, I still have a keyword service out there. For $25, I will create not a perfect, but a great keyword listing for your Amazon merch t-shirt. And here's the crazy thing. People are buying it. And I send it to them. And they're like, thank you so much. I have another friend that has a Fiverr gig. He started out doing it for $5. And everybody found out about it. They blew him up, and he was inundated with service requests on this Fiverr gig. So he had to raise it to 10. Then he had to raise it to 15. And he's still going gangbusters, right? People don't have time. They don't have the creativity. But yet this is a low capital intensive side hustle. But you still got to put some money into it. For $200, forget about paying somebody on Fiverr, having a VA do it. You can do it yourself because we brought all these tools into one dashboard. So it's just funny, you know, people would pay $25 for a keyword listing for me to do it. They should be jumping all over this.
Right. Now Dave brought up a couple good points. And I think it might be that, you know, some people may not understand the workflow, obviously, since we don't have a working demo to show. But when we enter our keywords, he wants to know, I think when it gets past that point is where it gets complicated. So he's asking if, depending on where you're putting it, is it going to have different keywords? So here we calculate our keywords, and you have your Amazon auto suggest. But when we get down here, if we select TeePublic, is it going to have different keywords, or how does that work? How does the top translate into the bottom?
Okay, so it's a great question, Dave. Thanks for asking it. The keywords is coming from, well, the keywords, you're selecting the keywords based on your design. So the t-shirt's up there, you're looking at it. In this case, it's like a hockey puck and a hockey stick, right? So you might put in hockey puck or hockey stick. And then you're going to hit calculate. And then we're going to tell you what other folks are searching for in Amazon relative to those keywords by showing you the auto suggest, just like you would do it manually. You see when you type it into the browser in Amazon. And then we're also going to show you, oh, by the way, here's how many searches, the search volume that particular phrase or keyword gets out on Google. Now, Amazon, like Shawn said, is slowly becoming a new Google. So the app is designed primarily for Amazon merch. And so that's why we're giving you Amazon auto search. But we're giving you Google search traffic because TeePublic, Teespring, Redbubble, those guys are the little minnows. They don't have their own search engine that people are going to look for things, for t-shirts. They have and when you do a listing on Teespring or Redbubble or TeePublic, and then you post it out there on the internet, on their marketplace, it's being picked up by Google. Just like if you sold a product on Shopify, it can rank in Google based on your keyword selection. So to answer your question, Dave, your keywords won't change relative to which print on demand marketplace you're selling your t-shirt on or creating a template for or a listing for. We're going to give you the best keywords relative to your design, and that should do well on all of those POD markets.
Right. So now the next step, I don't know why it exited there, but the next step here is when we do the titles and descriptions. So is there templates that's going to create the titles and descriptions based on the keywords that you select?
Well, the templates, the templates are completely arbitrary and up to you. So if you only sell shirts in a certain niche, like let's say you're a big camping fan and you think you've cornered that niche, and you sell shirts about camping, then you can create a camping template. And so all the filler words that you would repetitively use on all of your camping listings, that will come up in your template when you click on it. And then what will be blank will be the strategic keywords that we're going to pull data for you so that you can pick the best one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. So that's what these templates are for. They're going to fill in, it's going to have whatever kind of shirt, and then it's going to use those keywords for it. So you can set up your templates and then just select whichever one you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Dave said that makes sense as well. Lionel wanted to know if this would work for things like shoes and kitchen items. Yeah, as we said before, this is going to be pulling from the whole Amazon API. So you can use this for anything, e-commerce related or anything in Amazon. He's just catered this to, print on demand type of thing. So, but it'll work for anything. Obviously, it's using the whole Amazon database that it's pulling from. So no matter what you're putting in here, it's going to be able to pull the best keywords out.
Yeah, and I think that what they're getting at, Shawn, is you can use the data here, even though it's the dashboard is centered around the merch niche, but you can do you can put everything, like think of all the products that you can sell on Redbubble or Teespring or TeePublic. You can do mugs, pillowcases. So you don't have to just upload a picture of a t-shirt. You can upload a picture of a mug, describe the mug, and then get your keywords. Now, where I think what she was referring to is, can you use this for other products? Yes, you can. We very quickly, as we do iterations of this within a few months, we're going to have a separate tab that you click on it, and it's not geared towards shirts or anything. It's just pure keyword research, because I'm already paying for and pulling the powerful keyword API and all the data and the Google search stuff. So I'm going to give you another browser, another tab within the application where you can just go bonkers on your keyword research. You can do, garden gloves, and you can do insulin, packs, whatever you're selling on FBA or whatever.
Right. So, and as far as the synonym and antonyms that you spoke about earlier, where are we going to see that? Is that going to be part of the same auto suggest box?
It'll be over to the right where you see them. But Dave's asking, will it still be?
It'll be in these. So when you hit the search, it's going to come up. It's going to show you all these synonyms and antonyms.
It comes up together.
So yep. I think he wants to know if you're going to be able to add those in with the plus signs, like the Amazon auto suggest.
Yes, I was just talking about that with the developer yesterday. He's getting a little frustrated with me, I think, but I told him we got to make it easier. We got to make it easier. So yeah, you'll be able to click and tap on them, and they'll move right over. It'll be just as effortless as the keywords that you're picking up top there with the search traffic volume.
Yeah, nobody wants to type or cut and paste. They just want to click on stuff. So
right,
everything's got to be clickable.
Click, click, click. I think we answered.
Awesome, great. So, are there any other questions before we go ahead and wrap it up? I know I'm definitely sold. So, if you don't, we'll be sending out links to everything we talked about tonight, usually within 24 hours. But the lifetime offer ends Friday at midnight Pacific time. So. You got like 48 hours, give or take a few hours. If you want to try it, if you want to go for it, I know I definitely bought it and been using this with so much stuff. So if you want to try it, check out that link right there in the chat. Yeah,
unfortunately, I have to be really I really have to be on that deadline, because I can't give that offer out. The application won't survive 12 months from now if we don't have monthly recurring revenue coming in to further iterate and make it even better and pay for all the APIs and all that, and the hosting and all that stuff. So I got to cut it off at Friday at midnight, and everybody else is still going to get a great app too. They're just going to pay for it every month. That's all.
Lolly, the link is in the chat. We posted there a couple times. Somebody wanted to know if there's access right after purchase. The app is not live yet. When is it going live? So it's the pre-sale is getting cut off at Friday at midnight Pacific time, so 3 a.m. Eastern time, and on Saturday, when is it going to be usable?
So on Saturday, at some point on Saturday during the day or in the evening, everybody that signed up is gonna get an email, and they're gonna say, here's a link to log in, create your profile. And here's your coupon. When you create your profile, type in your coupon, that'll make it free. And then you can start playing around with it. And then I just need immediate feedback. I just need great feedback. And then I'll be prioritizing those all on a Trello card every week, every day. and I'll be keeping my developer busy for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then folks are going to be part of something really special, I think.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, Travis, and we'll get an email to you guys out right away with the links to the group and to sign up and everything else we talked about as soon as Travis gets it over to me. Thanks. Good night.
Thanks, guys.